The dollar is no longer neutral. How money became America's most powerful weapon. What if the most powerful weapon on Earth wasn't a missile, but a currency? The United States doesn't always invade. It freezes. It sanctions. It disconnects countries from money itself. While headlines focus on wars, elections, and summits, a quieter transformation is underway. The US dollar is no longer just a medium of exchange. It's a tool of coercion. And right now, the world is learning silently how to survive without it. The dollar's hidden role in global power. Most people think geopolitics is decided by armies. That's outdated. Modern power is financial, and the dollar sits at the center of it. Over 80% of global trade touches the dollar at some point. Oil? Dollar. Shipping insurance? Dollar. International debt? Dollar. But here's the part rarely explained clearly. The dollar isn't powerful because people like it. It's powerful because the system is built around it. U.S.-controlled clearing systems. U.S.-influenced institutions. U.S. jurisdiction over dollar-denominated transactions, even when no American is involved. This is not an accident. It's architecture, and architecture can be weaponized. Why this matters more than military power. Military force is expensive, slow, and politically risky. Financial force is cheap, fast, and deniable. When the U.S. imposes sanctions, it doesn't need UN approval. It doesn't need troops. It just flips switches. Banks stop processing payments. Assets freeze instantly. Trade collapses without a single shot fired. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Sanctions today cause more economic damage than many wars. And unlike bombs, they don't make headlines after week one. The moment everything changed, and most people missed it. In 2022, Western governments froze hundreds of billions of dollars in Russian central bank reserves. This was unprecedented. For decades, central bank reserves were considered untouchable, sacred, politically neutral. That illusion died overnight. This wasn't just about Russia. It sent a shockwave through every treasury and central bank on Earth. Because the message was clear. If you fall out of line, your savings are not yours anymore. That realization didn't spark protests. It sparked planning. What they're not telling you, the quiet panic. Publicly, officials said nothing. Privately, emergency meetings happened everywhere. In China, in Saudi Arabia, in India, in Brazil. The question was never, do we support Russia? The real question was, are we next? Countries with massive dollar reserves suddenly understood the risk profile of their own balance sheets. Dollar reserves went from safe to conditionally safe. That changes everything. De-dollarization is not what you think. Most media frames de-dollarization as a dramatic collapse. That's wrong. This is not a revolution. It's erosion. No country wants to replace the dollar overnight. They want options. So they do three quiet things. Reduce dollar reserves slowly. Settle bilateral trade in local currencies. Build parallel payment rails. No speeches. No declarations. Just spreadsheets and infrastructure. That's how real power shifts happen. Rarely discussed. The petrodollar's weak point. The petrodollar system is often described as permanent. It isn't. Its stability depends on trust, not force. When oil exporters begin accepting alternative currencies, even partially, the system weakens. Saudi-China yuan oil deals didn't break the system, but they cracked the myth. The petrodollar isn't collapsing. It's being renegotiated, quietly. The strategic dilemma. Here's the paradox Washington faces. If it doesn't use the dollar as a weapon, it loses leverage. If it overuses it, it destroys trust. Trust is the real reserve currency. Once trust erodes, power doesn't disappear instantly. It leaks, and leaks compound. Historical pattern most people ignore. This has happened before. The British pound didn't collapse suddenly. It faded as empire costs rose and alternatives emerged. The same warning signs appear every time. Rising debt, expanding military commitments, financial coercion, currency politicization. Empires don't fall. They overextend. Shadow systems being built right now. This is rarely discussed openly, but it's happening. non-SWIFT messaging systems, gold-backed bilateral trade, central bank digital settlement experiments, commodity-for-commodity exchanges. None of these replace the dollar alone. Together, they reduce dependency. That's the goal. Who benefits from this transition? Short-term winners. The U.S., still. Dollar-based financial institutions. Mid-term winners. Resource exporters. Neutral trade hubs. Financial intermediaries outside U.S. jurisdiction. Long-term winners. Those who prepared early. Losers. Anyone assuming stability is permanent. Why mainstream media avoids this depth? Because it creates uncertainty. Markets hate uncertainty. Governments hate panic. So the narrative stays shallow, dollar strong, U.S. economy resilient. Nothing to see here. Meanwhile, insiders hedge quietly. What this means for ordinary people. Not tomorrow, not next month, but over time. Currency volatility, higher inflation risk, fragmented economic zones, reduced purchasing power. This is not a collapse story. It's a reordering story. The question that actually matters. The real question isn't, will the dollar fall? It's this. How long will the world tolerate a financial system where money equals obedience? That answer defines the next 20 years of geopolitics. People think the dollar is powerful because America is powerful. That's backwards. The dollar is powerful because the system learned to depend on it quietly over decades. Here's something rarely said out loud. Most dollars in the world were never printed by the United States. They were created by banks outside America through credit, meaning the dollar system is bigger than the country behind it. That creates a strange reality. The U.S. doesn't fully control the dollar, but everyone assumes it does. Another hidden layer. The dollar isn't just money. It's legal infrastructure. Global contracts, insurance, shipping, derivatives, all written under U.S. law. People don't choose the dollar for patriotism. They choose it because courts are predictable. Then there's collateral. Modern finance doesn't run on cash. It runs on trustable assets. And U.S. Treasuries are the plumbing of that system. Not because they're perfect, but because everything else depends on them. Here's the uncomfortable part. The dollar survives less because it's unbeatable, and more because switching away is operationally painful. Accounting systems, Treasury software, risk models, all built around one assumption: the dollar stays. That's inertia, not confidence. And inertia looks like stability, right until it doesn't. The most dangerous thing about the dollar system isn't collapse, it's complexity. Because when a system is this complex, power doesn't announce itself. It hides. And by the time people notice it moving, the move is already over. The dollar isn't disappearing, but it's no longer neutral. Money has become leverage, and leverage reshapes the world quietly. Now you see what's happening beneath the headlines. If you're interested in similar insights, subscribe to the channel.